¿Qué no te dije que suscribiera? No te dije que le dieras like. Te voy a encontrar, maldita sea. Dale subscription right now, my friend. Thank you very much.
Hey yo, qué pedo mi raza, it's your boy Justin and what the fuck going on me is your before going on with more, these two are fucking warriors. Estos dos son unos guerreros. And to me this fight always felt like a cousin and a brother fighting. Para mí esta pelea siempre es, para mí era como un primo y un hermano pelear. Obviously, you know, there's an obvious person that you want to win, but you also don't want, you know, your cousin to lose. But obviously, you know, your brothers, you know, you want him to win because it's your brother. But, you know, your cousin, you know, your favorite cousin, tu primo favorito y tu hermano peleando, obviamente, quieres que gane tu hermano, pero tu primo favorito también no quieres que él pierda. So this was always kind of like tough for me a little bit. I didn't want to, you know, I wanted this fight really badly because also people were saying like, oh, Benavidez is ducking Morrell, and I was always like, hell no, he's not ducking Morrell. Y pues siempre decían de que Morrell siempre era el que quería esta pelea y David no, y pues obviamente nunca era así. No sé por qué la gente siempre decían, oh, si Benavidez le toca contra Morrell, Morrell le va a enseñar. It just wasn't the case. Nunca entendí por qué decían eso. Era obvio que Benavidez tenía mucha más experiencia cuando llega a profesional, a las peleas profesionales. It was always obvious to me that, you know, David was way more experienced as a professional at least. You know, because, you know, Morrell has a bunch of amateur fights, but amateur fights are so much more different than professional bouts for a bunch of different reasons that I'd say only really professionals and, you know, amateurs could tell you. Y pues hay muchas diferencias entre las peleas de profesionales y amateurs, pero esos son los que, esos que han peleado en amateurs y en profesional son los únicos que te pueden decir cuáles son todas las diferencias y las más grandes. First thoughts, first reactions. Man, David Morrell versus Benavidez. I also watched the Royal Rumble. I'm a bit disappointed at a certain sum. John Cena didn't fucking win. John Cena should have won, but it's okay. He's gonna be at the Elimination Chamber. Anyways, so about this fight. The way I had it, I didn't, you know, have any scorecards lined up, but in my head, I had Benavidez winning by a couple of rounds, by, you know, around maybe 2 or 3 off the top of my head. I mean, this is just, first reactions, really, to be honest. But me personally, I had it Benavidez, you know, by a couple rounds. I wasn't sure how many rounds because I wasn't keeping track. I used to do that, but I don't do that no more because I don't be watching fights alone no more. Or I don't just be like, you know, in my room watching them, you know, online with people. I don't be doing that shit no more. So I don't, you know, I'm not going to go on my phone to fucking write the shit down. I'm fully focused on what I'm watching nowadays. And the way I had this was Benavidez had won by a couple rounds. Let's talk about the controversy. As far as the controversies go, I think that it didn't matter. Honestly, I really didn't think it mattered at all. I had it Benavidez. Either way, I had it Benavidez. I had it for Bena. Without the controversy, with the slip, and without the minus point, without those things, I still had it for Bena. I ain't gonna lie. Now, as far as the knockdown goes, that went a knockdown, but it's high. You know, sometimes they'll do that bullshit where someone will slip, but because they got hit, it's considered a knockdown. This is one of those where I'm not 100% sure because because the replays weren't very good. I'll be honest. The replays weren't good, and in the moment, it looked a bit weird. It looked like a legitimate slip, but it's happened to him before. He slipped and they've counted it as a knockdown because he gets hit and then he slips. But it's the way he slips for me where it's like it shouldn't have been counted. Because you can slip, but it's only because of like you got hit and then you slipped, you know, or you got hit as you slipped. So it's like, you know, it really depends on a lot of things. Like I'm gonna use, you know, a popular example. Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. Jake Paul knocked down Tommy Fury because when Tommy was stepping in, he got hit with a jab, and he, ended up being off balance. So it ended up being, it was really a slip, but it was considered a knockdown, for example. It's happened a couple times in boxing, well, a ton, but recently it's happened a couple times in boxing, and I think it's a stupid rule. I think we should finally find a line between which one's a knockdown and which is a slip. Because most slips today are considered, when fighters outright just kind of launch themselves, throw themselves, diving at the floor type shit. That's how I feel. I feel like that's pretty much the only slips that are counted nowadays. Because most of the time, you get hit and then you fall is considered a slip. If they're obviously, off balance or whatever. But it was a bit of a weird one. And then the minus point, let's talk about that. The way I understand the rules, the way I understand them is you can hit even while the bell is still going off. Yes, it's realistically considered late, but not by the rules. The way the rules are set up, by the way, this is just my understanding of the rules. I don't know if it's, 100% legit. But the way I've understood the rules over the years is, what David did, it's kind of frowned upon, but it's also, kind of like a thing of like, hey, defend yourself at all times, man. A little bit like that Floyd thing. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. The defend yourself at all times. Hey, until the ref pulls you off and the bell stopped ringing, you can still throw. And that's how I've always understood it. Like, it's technically like late, but it ain't really like, it ain't late. You know what I mean? Well, Morrell's was right, like the bell was done ringing. It wasn't a ding, 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 ding. It was a ding, 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 and then bang, he hits him. So there was definitely a minus point. I ain't trying to debate nothing. I just want to say both of these dudes are fucking warriors. I thought that David's assessment of the fight afterwards was really good in the sense that, yes, I thought Morrell was going to hit him harder. I thought he was going to, even find him a lot more than he did. So it goes to show you Benavidez's fucking defense is actually pretty decent at, most of the time, I think. In the past, he really had no defense. Nowadays, we even saw it in, his last fight against Ozdemir. He's been doing a really good job at, catching a bunch of shit on the guard. And I really fuck with, looking at that. I love, that he's kind of evolving, even if it's just a little bit. I feel like Benavidez is almost reaching the ceiling, though, which I don't particularly like. Because, the real champs are going to be fighting in 2 weeks again. And, it's going to be interesting to see him, see if, there's still, if it's more of the same or if something's actually going to be different. And, where these two potentially could match up. Because I still think David Morrell is in the picture. I don't think anyone beats any of these two. I don't think anyone beats any of these four, guys. I don't think they beat any of these two Davids or, Better Be slash Bivol. I really don't think anyone else beats these guys. I think these guys are too good for everyone else. I mean, there's always a chance that, like, someone could beat Morrell, but I really find it hard to believe. I would like a rematch, just not right now. I think that, this fight had a clear winner. Close fight, but still clear winner. Yeah, either way, he had it in the bag, man. But hey, man, shout out to these two. These two are fucking warriors. They're amazing to watch. I'm gonna keep watching both of them, especially Benavidez. I don't miss a single one of his fights. Because how can I, man? He's the Mexican monster. But hey, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye. See you later. Peace.